All right, here goes Tequila Sunrise by the Eagles. We're gonna have a G chord. We're gonna have a little strum, interesting strum. Da da dum 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 dum. Very kind of Spanish. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's try that nice and slow. 2, 3, and. Down, da da dun 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 da da dun dun dun. Now he's gonna jump in this hammer on to this second fret here on the big string. It's gonna go. See that? Dun da da dun dun da dee dun. So you have kind of an upstroke over here, and then the hammer comes. So after the hammer, we come down, we go up, down, up. And we pull it off at the end there. So that's a little bit tricky. Let's try that nice and slow. 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to start out with 4 times of that. It's like A minor, D7, G. So it kind of slides up to that 4 in the bass there. So you might try different fingers to see which ones work for you to make that whole thing happen. So we got to come from like a open on top to a 2 to a 4 there, back to a 2. So you could use a variety of fingers, but see what works for you. So A minor, dun, 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 D or D7, G to the 4 to the 2. Okay, then we got a verse. We got G twice, D, A minor, the D7 here. Then we got the G. This is a G6 with the 2nd fret, G major 7 with the 4th fret. Kind of go back down to that one. So we got G6 to the 7 to the 6. Next verse, G to D. A minor, D7 again. Now this time we're going to go G to the 4th fret, to the 2nd, to the open. Okay, so let's look at all of what we have so far. That's the G6 we're hammering into. 4 times. A minor, D, G, 6, to the 7, to the 6. Verse is G, D, twice each, and then A minor to the D7. We're gonna have our G to the 6 to the 7 to the 6. Next verse, D, A minor, D7. Now we're going to go to the 4th fret first, to the 2nd, to the open. Now we have E minor to C. So we got 2 with the opens to the C chord, E minor again. Then we're going to go A minor, D7. Now this is a suspended back to that D7. D7 sus4 and back. So from that E minor we got E minor C twice, E minor A minor, D7, sus, back to G, D, A minor, D7. We're going to do the G to the 2nd fret twice. reverse G's. Going D, A minor, D7, a couple G's. Then we got like a solo, same type of stuff. D coming up, A minor, D, G twice. Now this is like our bridge, A minor, D. We have B minor to E major, A minor, B7, E minor 7, A. Okay, so let's look at all those. We have A minor, we're going to D. We have B minor, we're going to E. We have A minor, B7, 1 2 0 2. E minor 7 is 2 0 3 open to A. Kind of has that suspended A feel, but with that different E minor chord. A little fancier way to do that. So once again, we got A minor, D, B minor, E, A minor, B7, E minor 7 to A. Then we got G again. A minor, D7, and we're going to do the riffs. And see how it sounds really cool if you can get that 4 and that open to ring together, like you keep that finger so tall that you get to hear them all, then you hear the interestingness of that chord, right? Alright, Tequila Sunrise. So once again, from the beginning, we got do like 4 times that. Like I said, our rhythm there is, let's take a G chord and just go dun da da dun da dun da dun da. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 1 and a 2. So you want to practice that a lot for this song. 3 4. Okay, so I think we covered everything good. Let's look at that bridge, though. That was kind of new at the end there. So we got A minor to D, B minor to E, A minor, B7, and then E minor 7, A. I'll call them out as we go. A minor, 3 4. D, B minor, E, A minor, B7, E minor 7, A. All right, let's try that G thing one time. 2 3 4. And G. All right, thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you soon. All right, this is going to be Peaceful, Easy Feeling by the Eagles. So we start with the E chord. And that's an E suspended 4th. And you put that 2 in the G string. So it's kind of like a down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Might mix it up a little bit, here and there. Okay, that's the intro. Now on the intro there's a little lead that goes. over that E to E sus 4 times, right? So we slid into the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and then we get into this double stop thing. 2 and 2, G string and E string. Kind of go up into the 4 and 4. Get in the 6 and 5, and then we have a high note thing. 7 to 9 and back. 5 to 7 and back. Twice. Then we're in the verse. So one more time with that little thing, there we go. E to A. 3 times in a row. Then we're going to B. And then back, do all that again. E to A 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. B chord. Now we're gonna go, this is the chorus, we got the A. Twice as long to the E. A again. Now we're gonna do so that was a B sus. B sus 4 back to the B chord. So that was 4, 4, and 5. I'm trying to mute the bottom one. To the 4, 4, 4 of the B. And if you're cool with this first finger down here on the 2, you could do that whole thing with that in there. B sus 4 to B. So that chorus was A to E, and then we got A to the B sus to B. Now we have E. Now we're gonna have a new one, F sharp minor, 4 and 2, 2, 2. A. I'm just gonna use these like top 3 strings for the A to B here. So that was E, F sharp minor, A, B, and then we're gonna do the E suspended 4th thing. So we do that twice. Then we're in the next verse. We got E to A 3 times. Going to B, and that B is twice as long. We do all that again. E to A 3 times. Twice as long. Chorus, we're going to the A. 2 long ones there, and then E. A again. Now we have that B sus to B. And we have the kind of walking up E, F sharp minor, A to B. You got your suspended thing again. Okay, now the guitar solo starts. We're going to do the same stuff as a verse. So we're doing all the same changes. Going to B. Got to do all that again. Going to B. Got those chorus chords. There's that suspended, and then those kind of walk up, F sharp minor. Okay, so coming out of that, we're gonna have the I think it's right there. You're gonna have this stop. It's the new verse, but you're gonna have stopped chords for the E and the A the first time. So it's kind of shocking coming out of that little change. They hit you with a, and then he sings. Then you resume on that second E to A, and then we're back in the same verse form. B. Do all that again. sus to B. And the walkup, E to F sharp minor, A to B. We're gonna just keep doing that. Probably like 6 times or something like that. Okay, peaceful, easy feeling. So let's play along with some of that together. So we're gonna look at the intro again. I'll do the solo for you one more time. It's like. Okay, then we're going to get into the verse. So let's play that together. 3, 4, E. Let me do that 3 times. Here we go, B. Do that all again. Going to A for the chorus. Sus to B, walkup, E to E sus, okay, pretty easy tune. Now if you wanted to look at a little bit of you want to look at some notes where you could kind of jam along some of those solo sections we didn't do anything for. This is kind of a cool scale. It's like a major scale, but it would have like a flat 7 in it. Okay, so some fun notes there. We got like 7, 5, 4, 2, open, 3. You might avoid that note if it doesn't sound right in this tune, because this tune is so major-ish, you know. You wouldn't necessarily have that D note in there. But that's where you might kind of skip that note instead of having to make it very, very major. The major 7, that's the dominant 7, the blues note. Sometimes you just kind of avoid that one if neither one of them really feels right for your progression. So we'd have these notes. Okay, but if you wanted to add it, 0, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 7, and then you go to 9, 10, and 12, 14, 16, 17. All right, peaceful, easy feeling. Hope you all dug that. Talk to you soon. All right, this lesson is going to be on Witchy Woman by the Eagles. We're going to start out with this G minor chord. Okay, so we got the G minor, 5, 3, 3, 3, 2 strums. And then we're going to go to the open on the G and the 1 on kind of part of a C chord. The open on the G and the 1 on the B string. We're going to hit that as a chord. And then we're going to hit this D5 power chord, so it's just open 2 and 3. It doesn't have anything on that bottom string. We're muting that. So it's... Then we do that riff again. And then we go 5s on the top here, to 3s, to opens. And that's the first ending of that, so... And the second one's going to go, just has a different ending. back to those fives there. And then we have another riff. So that's a fun riff. We got 3 to 5 on the D string. And then the next 2 strings, we got the 3s. Do that twice, back to that big 5 there, and then pulling those 5s off to the 3s on the 3rd and 2nd strings. Hit the 3s one more time. So you got, and then that part repeats. So let's try that. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's go back to the very intro. So there's a melody over that, and it's going to go. The second time, different ending. Okay, and now we get into the. So let's look at the melody. We have 6 to 8, quick hammer 2 times on the 2nd string there. We got a little vibrato because you got time, and then 6, 7, 7 on the G, and again. And then the first time we're going to go 5, 3 on the G to 5 on the D. And then the second time, same beginning. Now here we're just going to go G string, 5, 3, 5. Okay, now we have a fun thing. We have a cool little rake there. So I don't know how you want to do this. I can kind of get that finger to get those 2 and still stay out of the way of this open here. But that can be kind of tricky. You might want to go like 2 fingers over here and this one. And you want, it's like a reverse rake where you take your pick or your fingernail or whatever down across the strings like that. So that kind of starts a verse thing. So it's open, 3, 3, 5. So we're going to go. Think about that, like raven hair, ruby lips. Now this next one, we're gonna go 0, 3, 5 and open, so it ends up being like a D minor type chord there. We do that one twice, and then we have 5, 3, 5, and then we're gonna go back again and switch it. Do that one twice. Okay, now there's another rhythm going on here. It's like a So this is part of a G minor chord. We have a 12 on the G string, an 11 on the B, and a 10 on the E string. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we hit on the 2 and the 4. So that's like a setup for the verse. And then when the verse comes in, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go to a D7, bar the 10s, and have an 11 on the G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 2 of these, and then it's 4 of those, and then it's 2 more of these, and that is one pattern of the verse there, and that's going to go like 4 times. So 2, 3, 4, 1. Switch. Go back. Start again. 2 of these. D7. 4 of those. Next one, D7. So that's how that part goes, and that would be like 4 times of that for that verse. Now here on the tab, I see that I have next. I had the I had skipped the harmony for the intro. So that thing. Let's take a look at the lower harmony for that. This would be 2 to 3 on the G, and then 2, 3, 3 on the big one. Twice on that. And then 5, 3, 0. And then second time, 5, 3, 5. Okay, now we have a bending thing. Okay, so there's a couple notes that bend here. Both of these sixes. You could try to do it as like both harmony notes at the same time. Bend those sixes to threes, and then we get this 5, 6 to those big sevens, and then we're gonna go single note thing. So 6, 7, 5, 7, and then go down here 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, and now 6 to 8 slide on the second string. So the bending thing. Could also have a different bend. These two 5s here on the G and the B. Go to the big 3 and then go. That would be like a lower harmony of that bending thing. That's a quick 5 to 7 on the D. 2 5s here. And then later we have a riff. So that's part of a little solo. So we got 5 and 6 to 2 sets of 7s, and then we're gonna go 7, 5, 7s, slide into the 7, 8, go back to the 5, 6, and then we're going 7s, 5s, 3, 0. So. Okay, and then I have a solo for you here too. We have. Okay, so let's break that down. We got 3, 5 on the G, quick 5 to 7, 6, 8, 8, and then 6, 8, and then 4 bends, then 6, 7. So let's look at all that. We got. Then we have next measure. So that's 7, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. The next page on the tab we got. Okay, so all together we got. So these are kind of slow. 3, 5, and 5 to 7 quick slide to the 6 here on the second string. Kind of slow for all those. Now we're going to the next measure. We got 8, 6, 8, 6. So that's a 6, 3, 1, 3. And then we're going to have a quick hammer there, 3 to 5. And then 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So. And then a quick double hammer there to the 3. And our last phrase is 5 to 7. 6, 8, 6, 8. So one more time. Okay, now we get into a part with the G minor chord. 8 strums. D5, 8 strums, D7, 8 strums, back to G minor. So we got G minor for 8, D5, open 2, 3, nothing on the bottom there, kind of muted. And then D7, back to G minor, and they all have 8 strums. We're going to do the whole thing twice, so let's try that. 3, 4, D5, D7, G minor, G minor again, starting over, D5, D7, G minor. There's a little bend there at one point if you want to have a little fun with that, a little 13 bend. Okay, so we got the bend riff then, all that kind of stuff. And it ends with. Now our last verse is going to be a little bit different than before. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of those instead of 2. And then we're going to come up here on the C chord, 12, 13, 12. And then down 2 frets to 10, 11, 10. That's a B flat. So we got the G minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. C, B flat, back to G minor twice. Now we got 4 more of these. This time we're gonna have B flat first. C, back to G minor. And then we're heading to the outro with this riff. And now at the end, we slow down. 3-3, G minor. So that whole end riff again was. Slow down. 3-3, and G minor. All right, Witchy Woman by the Eagles, Baritone Ukulele. Hope you dug that. This has 2 pages of tabs. Go Eagles. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.